Alright, here we got a little, my seed starting area. Right in this pot here we got some pumpkin seeds. And there's a jalapeno and a chili pepper back there. Those peppers are about 2 years old or so since I started my aquaponics system. Here I started some seeds. I started them a little late, the end of April. I probably should have started them a month ago, but I wasn't quite set up for it yet because of pure laziness. Here I got another tray. I didn't have the cover for it. I did have saran wrap over it, but I couldn't completely cover it in one shot. My lighting is adjustable up and down. Works pretty good. I've been using fish tank water to water my plants since I have a abundance of fish tanks. Give them a little nutrients, I figured. You can see there's some dried peppers on there. They've been producing peppers pretty consistent. It's not been too bad. I did transplant these, so there's a little bit of dieback and stuff like that, but I had them in the aquaponics system, took them out, potted them all up so I could start my seeds. There was a lot of root mass when I did that. And here's my wicking bed. It did all right. I wish it had a little bit more sunlight. We'll see what it does this year. And here in the corner of the house here, I got some comfrey growing in sand when I first planted it at 100% sunlight. Barely even watered that thing. I just let it go. I want to see how resilient it was. Alongside the house, I planted hops. They did not do so well, but they were moldy when I got them, so that might have been my issue. Here's some clover coming up. I planted clover seed all throughout the side of the house, and I mulched this whole area. This side here is a little bit thinner of a mulch I did last year. The grass came through a lot better this year here with the thinner mulchy spots. So pretty much the whole area from the stump. And then to the side here, you see where that thick pile is. That was from a truck dumping it there. We didn't get it quite thin enough. Gotta switch batteries here. You can see there's some thicker mulch. Alright, now I'm back with the new battery. So here's a little oak or hickory tree, shellbark hickory. Hopefully that'll take off a little bit better. I thought it was dead, but it ended up coming back. Here's my apple trees. I had to transplant them because the city wasn't happy with where they were. I mulched this whole area. I'm walking through here. Like I said, that thicker spot's where the truck dumped it. We didn't kind of quite spread out. But you can see there's dandelions coming through. That's kind of how it was last year. There's a lot of weeds, but then now grass is covering everything in the clovers. It's doing a lot better. I think next year it'll be probably the best. I'm going to try some other stuff here, but you can see there's clover patches throughout. There's a little bit of dog crap. And one thing I noticed is the wintertime, the dog crap is there. There's a little red oak there. We had a lot of dog crap in the winter, and all of a sudden spring comes around and it just disappears. So I do not pick up dog crap. I will not. I refuse to. The yard in the summertime pretty much consumes it right away. I'm assuming bugs. So this is a spot the city had me plow down, which it was about a foot higher than the road, and they were complaining about water on the road and it wasn't running off. And I had 2 hugel beds there that were, one was about 3 years old. You can kind of see the logs by the truck there where they were, where it was there. There's kind of a closer spot. And I had 2 hugel beds, had all my trees planted there, my apple trees. So I had to remove all that stuff. Had some comfrey planted over there. And this area here, I'm going to take that garden bed. I just made it and I had to end up moving it so we could plow the dirt over. So here's a piece of log that was in one of the hugel beds, the younger one. It was rotting away pretty good. Some were really good, like pretty much gone. But what I'll do is I planted clover seed out throughout the whole thing, the white Dutch clover or whatever it's called. This area I'm going to do pumpkins and squashes and stuff like that because they complained about stuff being too high. Here's the back side of the garage where we push the soil around. they were trying to figure out how to haul it out. I told them to just leave it because I want it. This spot here is the other side of the house. I haven't planted really anything. I just mow high and not as often, and it looks a lot better in my neighbor's yard. That brown patch there might have been my fault. I was washing some plastic parts that had a little bit of oil on them. I think it kind of killed that area. That was my bad. But this stock tank over here is where I keep some all my fish water when I do my water changes. And I'll have some floating plants I got that I'll have in that. But that's about all.